Hi everybody, I thought I would give YouTubing a go because I spent hours and hours and hours watching everyone on YouTube and I thought it would be really fun to give us a go. Also, a lot of the YouTubers that are really famous who I love, like Zoella and Joe Sugg and everyone else like that, they're a lot younger. I'm older. I'm 30. Am I 30? 30. I'm 31 this year. I'm 30 and us oldies, no, we're not oldies at all, we're in the prime of our life. We like to watch YouTube too. So I thought it might be fun to do some YouTubing. So I thought I'd introduce me. So this is just my first video. I thought I'd do a bit of a chatty introduction so you get to know a bit more about me and hopefully I get to know a bit more about you. If you know any 30-something, 40-something older women who like to YouTube and vlog their lives, comment below because I'd love to watch them. Because all the ones I seem to watch are all the younger ones and I sit there and I miss my youth and everything else like that. So it'd be really good. So I thought I'd let you know about me. So I'm Katie, as you might have got from the What Katie Did title. I've gone for What Katie Did because it's quite a famous book by, oh gosh, I should have learnt this before I did it. I think it's like Susan May something. Coolidge. Oh, it could be Coolidge, I think, possibly. Yes, called What Katie Did. It's also my name on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on there, it's XX What Katie Did, XX. Be lovely to have some more followers. And yeah, so I'm me, I'm Katie, I'm 30, not 31, not yet. I'm a teacher and I live down in Sussex. I'm also a single mum and I've got a little girl, she's 4 years old. If I have worked out how to edit this properly, I should hopefully be able to enter a picture of her now. And she's awesome. She's currently singing herself to sleep in her bedroom and that's quite epic because I can hear a rendition of the soundtrack from Dumbo and The Wizard of Oz. Excuse how I look today. I've just got a rather messy ponytail and a lot of dry shampoo. I couldn't be bothered to wash my hair when I had a shower this morning. I could have done it when Lydia was in bed, but I might have got distracted watching a lot of stuff on YouTube about La La Land, which is my new obsession. So, back to me and how much I love La La Land will come later. I'm, single mum, and this is really hard to do. I'm going to pause it and try again. Let's try it again. This is so much harder. I don't know how these YouTubers do it. It's really tricky. So, I was married. Technically, I still am. And my marriage ended in 2015 in September. And my husband moved out. And that was the hardest time of my life. And to be honest, it's been really good watching Sprinkle of Glitter. If you don't subscribe to her, have a look at her. A Sprinkle of Chatter, Louise Pentland, she's brilliant, and I found a lot of parallels between her life and my life because she's got her 5-year-old daughter, I've got my 4-year-old daughter, and her marriage ended as well. So I remember when my marriage ended, I thought my world was just going to fall apart and every day was a struggle, and I threw myself into all sorts of things. There was online dating, and not to put a dampener on it because in the end it turned out to be quite good, and I just focused on my friends. And in that time, actually, Lydia and I got a lot closer, and we now have a relationship that I wouldn't change for the world. Not that we weren't close before, but she was very much daddy's girl. She always wanted daddy, and so it was really nice for us to form our own little bond when Mike moved out. It's all so amicable between Mike and I. He is still my best friend. That was pretty much the issue at the end of our marriage. It was because we loved each other, but it wasn't what it had been. And we'd been together since I was 17. My whole adult life I was with Mike, and we were married for 5 years, and still my best friend now. I'm sorry if you can hear Lydia. She's really going for it. And I am so much happier now than I ever thought I would be. And that Lydia is a huge part of that. My relationship with her, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love her so much. She's just awesome. She is just a cool kid. She is so much fun to hang out with. And coming up on here, I'm going to be vlogging, and not daily vlogging, because let's face it, mums who can do that deserve a medal, because I don't know how I wouldn't be able to find the time, along with sleeping, washing, dishwasher, clothes. Blah. No, not going to happen. So hopefully you'll get a weekly vlog, possibly. If you'd like that, let me know underneath. But yes, another reason why I am so happy now is that I've fallen in love again, which is lovely. And a different kind of love this time, because when I fell in love with Mike, I was 17, as I said, and very young indeed. And now at 30, it's completely different. And I met a really nice guy on Plenty of Fish. A lot of people say it's a pile of shit, but I don't know if I should swear on there. Whoops, I've done it now. But I found a pretty good one, and he is genuinely the other half of me. We fit together brilliantly. And that leads on to my next thing, which would be Slimming World. We all know when you get in a relationship, you just get comfy. You think, oh, I can't bother to cook. Let's get Domino's. Let's get a kebab. Let's get fish and chips. And then all of that leads to 2 stone, I think, something like that I have gained. No, not since I've been with Dave. I think since I've been with Dave, and you'll see him in vlogs as well, because he is such a keen bean when it comes to being a drama queen. That rhymed. And he's well up for videos. He and I just got comfy, and as you do in relationships, and then join that with end of marriage and a whole host of other dramas that have been going on. And if you know me, you know what's been going on. And we just got comfy. So me and him are really going for it this year. We have got so many events lined up. We're going away for Valentine's Day. We're going for a long weekend in Wales. We've got Centre Parks with Lydia for my birthday in June. And then we've got Greece in August, which will be our first proper holiday together. And then next year, the big one. Woo! We're going to Florida. And I've never been to Florida. I'm so excited for Florida. And do you know what excites me most about going to Florida? The portions of food. Masses of food. Burgers. Oh my gosh. A worrying part of my day is spent daydreaming about the food I'm going to eat in Florida. Is that bad? I don't know, but I do. I think about that because I'm not going to be on plan when I go on holiday next year. Hopefully I'll be a lot skinnier when I do. The food. Let's just take a moment to appreciate what the food will be like in Florida. And then the roller coasters and Disneyland and Disney World and everything else like that. But the food, oh my God, I want the food. So we are trying really, really hard. Getting distracted. Stop thinking about food. We're trying really hard, and we've been going for 2 weeks, and I've lost 9 pounds so far, which is awesome for me. And he's lost 10, and I'm so proud of him because we were just as bad as each other. And 9 pounds in 2 weeks for me is phenomenal. I know people who've lost that in their first week. Best friend Kerry, looking at you. You always get the big losses. But for me, I've always been a slow loser. Last time I did Slimming World, and I did it in 2013, and I lost 4 stone. I've gained most of that back. No, actually, I've gained two and a half of that back, so that's good. I'd lose £2, half a pound, £1, stayed the same, stayed the same, stayed the same, stayed the same, put on 3, stayed the same, lose half. It was just such a slow journey. So to have lost 2 weeks, having 2 big losses. I lost 4 in my first week. I lost 5 in my second week. 5 and 4 is 9. And yeah, so I've got 9. And I think what I've been doing differently this time is really watching my carbs. And I know Slimming World, they say you can eat as much pasta and potato and everything else that you want, as long as it's your free food. But that doesn't really work for me. I did switch to the dark side. Star Wars reference. I have recently got into that. It's pretty good. I did switch to Weight Watchers for a bit, and that taught me a lot about portion control. And that was probably the best thing that I could have done. So now when it comes to making my meals, I still have carbs. I still have my potatoes, because what's life without potatoes, and pasta. apply previous statement to the pasta word. And yeah, I'm just focusing more on making sure I've got a massive amount of speed food on my plate and healthy meat, making sure my mince is obviously 5% and chicken, and it's working. And I'm so chuffed with myself. It's nice to have that fire in my belly about getting skinny, and I haven't been skinny since I was a fetus. Can you be skinny as a fetus? Don't know. But I never thought I was a slim girl, ever. And I look back at pictures of me when I was 16 or 17. And at the time, I remember thinking I was huge. I was a 14 or a 16. And oh my God, what I would do to be a 14 again. Or a 12. I think I was a 12. When I was 16, I went to Turkey. And I was a size 12/14. And I remember putting on this bikini, and it was this blue bikini, and it took all my courage to go down to the pool. And I went by myself, and I sat by the pool in this bikini and felt like I didn't belong. And I think I ran back upstairs to the room after about 10 minutes to change because I felt so embarrassed. And now I look back on those photos, and if I could go back to my 16-year-old self and shake her and think, what are you doing? You were so slim back then. Ah! And yeah, I think we all say that though, don't we? We all have those moments, those times in our lives when we think we were really big, but actually you look back and you think, no, I looked awesome. And I'm still awesome now. But I was really happy when I was that size. I say a lot. When I got with Mike, I was 17, as I've said a few times. And then I started uni. And then drinking a lot of pizza. So it was just that I spent my whole adult life being a curvy girl, a big girl. After I had Lydia, I was a size 20/22. Now I'm a 16/18. I did think some of my clothes had been shrunk in the washing machine, and then I realised, actually, no, Katie, you're gaining weight. You need to get on it. And there's nothing wrong at all with being 18, 20, 22, 24, whatever size you want to be. It's not about how you look. It's about how you feel inside. And I want to feel better about myself, and I want to look at myself in the mirror and be happy with what I see. And I know that I'm not the only one that thinks that. And yeah, so that's me. I think that's pretty much all I will say. That's a very brief introduction to who I am. Hopefully you will stick around and learn a bit more. I'll be talking lots about, I'm a makeup addict. I'm ridiculously obsessed with makeup. I'm surrounded by Charlotte Tilbury stuff at the moment. And in fact, my phone is propped up on Charlotte Tilbury boxes and glossy boxes and all sorts of things like that. So I'll probably be doing some makeup videos. I'm not sure I would say a tutorial, but it'd probably just be how I do it, because I love doing my makeup. I'll be vlogging some of my little adventures with Dave and Lydia and my friends, getting them involved. I'm doing a video tomorrow, which you'll see probably weeks down the line when I've got around to editing it. #SingleMumLife. With my best friend, so that should be good fun. Though I don't actually know what we're doing, but don't tell her that. I should probably get on that. So yes, if you want to stick around, that'd be great. It would be lovely to hear from some of you. And as I said earlier, if you've got any really good Slimming World accounts or mum accounts or family accounts or over 30s accounts, tag them below, because I'm going to want to know about them. So yeah, like, subscribe. I sound like a proper YouTuber when I say that. I sound like Zoella. Yeah, subscribe. And I'll see you all soon. Bye.